Hey guys, it's me, Muddy, with the Whiteboard Academy. I hope you're doing well. I am coming to you today with some amazing new features in the latest release of Zoom 5.2. So this was just released yesterday, and there is some really cool features that are useful for the host, are useful for participants. These are going to be awesome for teachers. The two biggest features, I'll show you what they are and then we'll demonstrate and kind of do a walkthrough of how these work. The first is the ability to rearrange your view. You can now drag and drop and rearrange the gallery view, decide which videos you want to show up where, which is like amazing. And even better, you can pin and spotlight multiple videos. So you can pin up to 9, is that enough? Yeah, 9. You can pin up to 9 videos. You could choose for your view how many videos you want to pin to that main screen. Or as the host, you can spotlight. So now if you have a guest panel with 2 people, you can spotlight those 2 people and they will show up for everybody as 2 videos side by side, spotlighted. So this is really amazing. I'm thrilled. I've been doing a little bit of testing and I'm gonna walk you through some of the new features and what it looks like. So first of all, I am here in my studio and I've got my desktop being able to be shared, right? So we're seeing my main computer, PC1 here, and I've got a couple of stand-ins for me in the meeting, right? So here in my studio, right behind me, this big TV is actually what shows up as Muddy's second camera. This is PC number 2. We'll be able to switch to that in a minute so I can show you what the host sees versus what the participant sees. And then I've also got a couple of other stand-ins, which are actually on other computers or phones in the room, but just kind of zoomed in or looking at a cardboard doodle, right? So I wanted to give you a little bit of an orientation of what you're seeing. So I'm here in my studio with a couple cardboard cutouts. We've got 5 of us on this meeting, so I can show you how these work. So the first thing you'll notice, let me go to my desktop as the host. The first thing you'll notice is that I now have a slightly different button up here in the corner. In the past, this would say spotlight, this would say gallery or speaker view. Those are the 2 main views in Zoom, right? So speaker view, where the person who's speaking is large and the other videos are kind of small across the top, or gallery view, which is what I have both on this participant view as well as the desktop that you're seeing right now, the Brady Bunch view, right? So you can see all the videos, and it changes on the number of videos you can see by your device. So on a phone, you can see up to 4 videos on a screen per page. On a phone, on a iPad, I think you can see up to 9. Once you get to like a Chromebook or a web view, I think you can get up to maybe 16, 12 or 16. I'm not exactly sure about that. On a computer, PC or Mac, the main gallery view will let you see up to 25 videos per page in gallery view. And there's actually a setting in your video settings that would allow you to see up to 49 per page. So here's a setting here that would allow you to see up to 49 videos per page, but that's gallery view, okay? So you'll notice in the upper corner, it just has a little icon that says view, and it has one of these 2 symbols next to it. And by default, it basically just shows these 2. I can switch to speaker view or I can switch to gallery view. When I'm in gallery view, this is where it starts to get awesome because now I can click and drag a video and it will rearrange. Did you see that? All right, watch. If I bring Sarah up here to the middle, it pops her in that spot, right? And I can bring Chris down here to the end, and it's going to pop him into that spot and rearrange these videos. This is totally amazing. This is fantastic. So now as the host, I can rearrange my view however I want. Now, by default, that's just for me, okay? That just affects my view, my gallery view. And for the participants, if I switch over to PC number 2, so actually, I'll stay like this for a moment, but I have another mouse clicker here so I can control that other computer, okay? So if you'll notice, there's a kind of a blank video that's called Muddy Second Camera. It's actually just a little Post-it note over that camera, so you're not like looking at the back of my head, right? But it shows up on the screen as this blank video. If I wanted to move that blank video, I can click and drag it as the participant, right? So that screen behind me is just a participant. They're not the host. I'm the host on this computer. On that computer, they're not the host, they're just a participant. But if you'll notice, their view is different than mine. Their blank screen is in the upper corner and mine's on the lower row. So we each have 2 different gallery views that we've each modified by just dragging and dropping, right? That's good. All right, as the host, once I drag and drop my screen, or once I rearrange any videos in gallery view, watch what happens. When I click on this view, I now have a couple of other options here. So the first option that shows up here says follow host's video order. So this is for a host or a co-host. If you rearrange your videos in gallery view, you can essentially have everybody looking at your view. So imagine a classroom, right? Imagine a classroom, you could create a seating assignment. And if you click this follow host's video order, everyone will see that same order. So imagine now if you're gonna say, all right, we're gonna go around the room and everyone's gonna introduce themselves, everybody has the same order of people, right? So watch what happens. First of all, let me on my main view here, I'm going to rearrange and put my talking head in this corner, and I'm going to put this blank video at the end. Let's see if I drop it there. Let's bring this guy over. Okay, right, so my video's in the upper corner and the blank video's in the lower opposite corner, okay? So this is I'm the host. Now, if you see on the screen behind me, that's a different view. The participant chose a different view. Now watch what happens. If I go up here and I select follow host's view order, watch that screen over my shoulder. Watch what happens when I select this. Did you see that? They all just rearranged to match my view. Okay? Fantastic. So now you can have everybody follow the host's arrangement of videos on the screen. That's a really powerful tool. Now, if I come up here to view, so as soon as I have moved any videos around, if I have rearranged any videos, I said 2 things now show up. One is to follow host's view order, and you see it's a check mark there. And if I uncheck this, it now allows people to change the view for themselves again, okay? So it doesn't force them. But this second one, release video order, that essentially means to reset your view, your gallery view, to the default and just kind of let the videos go wherever Zoom would put them, like the way it's always been until this very latest update. So if I click release video order, it's just gonna rearrange them based on the same, whatever the default for Zoom was. So that's the first feature, rearrange. This is in Zoom 5.2.2, okay? Rearrange. This is super, super powerful. All right. Here's the next one. So So that was good. That's rearranging video. The second major feature is the ability to pin multiple videos or spotlight multiple videos, okay? So let's do a quick recap before we dive into this, because there's two main views, speaker view or gallery view, right? Those are the two main views in Zoom. However, you also have the ability to pin a video that's just for you. So what that means, and let me go back to my screen and I'll show you. If I hover over any video and I click on these three dots up here, one of the options is pin video. Now I'm in dual screen mode, so it says first screen or second screen. Normally, if you're not in dual screen mode or using dual monitors, it would just say pin video, right? When I click that and pin video, look what happened. It made that video large on my screen as if it's kind of like speaker view, but I can choose who's in the big window, right? So that's what pinning is. It only affects my view. If you notice over my shoulder, I know it's small, but if you notice over my shoulder, it's still in gallery. That participant is still in gallery view. Because when you pin a video, that's only for you, okay? So now I'll unpin this video for a minute and go back to gallery view, okay? So when you pin a video, that's just for you. And I'll show you this multi-pin in just a moment. But I also want to clarify the difference between pin and spotlight. So only the host can spotlight a video. Participants don't have that option, but a host can spotlight a video. Spotlighting a video is essentially pinning it for everybody. So you as the host can decide, I want this video to show as a big video, big window for everybody. Because pinning is just for you, which we just saw. But spotlight, right? So now if I take Chris's video here, and only the host has this option. And if I go to spotlight video, watch what happens over my shoulder. I know it's small, but you can see right over my shoulder, it spotlights that video for everybody, okay? So it makes it big for me, and it makes it big for everybody. So as the host, you can spotlight a video for everybody. Now, once you spotlight a video, here's what's new in Zoom 5.2.2. is up here on my other videos, if I hover over one of these other videos and click the dot, 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 I still have that option to spotlight video. Boom. Look what just happened. I now have 2 videos spotlighted. Oh, this is amazing. I have 2 videos spotlighted for everybody. So actually, if I switch, I'll spotlight one more. I'll spotlight me. So you can see this. Over my shoulder, look, that participant has the same view that I have. 3 videos are pinned. Oh my word, this is amazing, right? So you could have a team. If you're in a class, you could say, all right, team 2 is gonna go up, and you can spotlight team 2, and you can have up to 9 people spotlighted at the same time. Or if you're doing an interview, but you have other guests on, or like a panel presentation, you can spotlight multiple people. Now, I'm a graphic facilitator, and we help others unlock awesome by capturing ideas in a visual way. You could spotlight both the speaker and the graphic facilitator, the person who's kind of drawing those ideas, and show both of those side by side. We get this question all the time. How do I spotlight more than one? And it was never possible until now with this latest update. So, how awesome is that? You can multi-pin and multi-spotlight. Remember, pin is just for you. Only the host can spotlight, and they spotlight that video for everyone. And you can spotlight multiple videos. Now, I want to just point out a couple of very quick. We already talked about once you adjust your view, you then have this ability to follow host or release. Now, if the host is spotlighting a video, right? If they've selected the spotlight for everybody, the participant is then limited. Let me switch over to that screen, okay? That's the participant behind me. Let's go over to their PC, right? So now it says PC number 2 on the bottom. As the host, I'm gonna uncancel the spotlight video for Chris here for a minute, just so we get 2 on the screen. What you're seeing right now is PC number 2. This is the participant that's over my shoulder, okay? This is their view wired over, and you're seeing what their screen is like, okay? So this is now the participant view. This is screen 2. And you can see there's 2 videos taking up the main screen. Those are the 2 spotlights, and then everybody else is across the top. Now, since the host has spotlighted the video, if I get this second mouse here and I try to control my view, if I try to change my view, I will probably get a message. Okay, it looks like I can go into gallery, but speaker view is going to be locked. And if I try to go to gallery and adjust my view, right, drag and drop or pin, watch what happens if I try to drop this. As soon as I click and drag, it says you cannot move a video while people are spotlighted. Okay, so this is one of the constraints, that if the host or co-host has spotlighted videos, then you can't move, then the people can't move their videos around, okay, rearrange them. It does look like they can still get to gallery view, which is good, because at one point, I don't think that was the case. I think you couldn't even get to gallery view if there was spotlight. But in any case, so that's the first constraint. Let me go back to my view. So the second constraint is, if you've ever been in a meeting where someone has their video turned off, let me show you what that looks like. First, I'm going to cancel these spotlight videos, cancel the spotlight video, and cancel the spotlight video. Okay, I'm going to go to gallery view. All right, so I'm in gallery view. Oh. No. There we go. And let's change this screen, because that's crazy. One of the risks of the over-the-shoulder camera is you can get that inception view. Okay, so I told you PC number 2 right behind me, Muddy Second Camera it's called, that just has a Post-it note over their camera. But if I wanted to actually, if that participant turned off their video, stopped video, right, it would just show up with a black box. You can see that on my screen right here. It just shows Muddy Second Camera. It's cut off, but that's what it says. It just shows up as a black box. So if you have several people with their videos turned off, they're all just going to be black boxes. Now, if you, one thing that's nice is because you can arrange the screen, you can now drag and drop those people to the end. But one of the things we used to recommend is to hide non-video participants. You can do it by right-clicking on someone who has their video off, or if you go into stop video, and actually this is important because if you have this setting turned on that says hide non-video participants, the benefit is that they're not taking up the screen because it only shows the people with videos, and then on the top it would say number of people with actually I think if I do that right now, go to video settings, and then I'm going to scroll down and say hide non-video participants. Okay, so look, it just collapsed my view. The challenge is because they have their camera off, but they might turn it on at some point during the meeting, that's going to affect how I drag and drop these. So if I try and drag and drop one, if I try and drag and drop one, it's going to say you cannot move a video while non-video participants are hidden. So if you have this setting turned on and you try and do this, you might get this pop-up that shows you that. So let me show you how to disable that feature. Change that setting. If you go down here to stop video and click this little up arrow and go to video settings and then scroll down under this section along meetings, here's a check mark that says hide non-video participants. So now, in order to use the rearrange feature, you're going to want to turn that off, uncheck that, okay? And then you can close your settings. So now you can drag and drop and change the order as long as you're not hiding non-video participants. Hopefully that makes sense. So this was a preview and kind of a medium dive, pretty deep dive, into these new features with Zoom 5.2.2. And namely, the two main features are the ability to rearrange gallery view and to be able to pin and spotlight multiple videos. So here's the question. How can you use this? Are you excited for this feature? Let me know in the comments, how can you use this in your meetings, in your groups? And what's the power of this? Is this a feature that you think you'll use that's useful? How do you think you'll use it? Let me know. I'm interested to hear. And also, if you have meetings coming up and you would like someone to help run the tech, or you want to change the meeting altogether and help unlock awesome by capturing ideas in a visual way, book a 15-minute discovery call and we can brainstorm a little bit how to help you unlock awesome. Cheers.